She was known for her major role in the James Bond movie From Russia with Love. But little did she know that it would be her most and only formidable role. Little by little, her career began to decline, crossing a lot of speed bumps along the way. From the onset. Daniela Bianchi was born on January 31, 1942, in the heart of Rome, Italy. From the very beginning, her life was touched by a blend of discipline and artistry. Her father, a retired colonel in the Italian army, brought a sense of order and structure to the family. He was a stern man, but his military background instilled in Daniela a strong sense of perseverance and resilience, qualities that would serve her well in the unpredictable world of show business. On the other hand, Daniela's mother added a splash of creativity and warmth to her upbringing. A lover of the arts, she recognized and nurtured Daniela's early interest in performance and beauty. She encouraged her daughter to explore these passions, creating a balanced environment where discipline and creativity coexisted harmoniously. Growing up in Rome, Daniela experienced a childhood that was relatively comfortable compared to many others of her generation. The family wasn't wealthy, but they lived a life filled with the rich cultural heritage of Italy. Rome's historical landmarks, vibrant art scene, and bustling streets were the backdrop of her formative years, offering endless inspiration and a sense of wonder. Daniela's early life was also marked by a sense of freedom and exploration. Her mother's artistic inclinations allowed her to participate in various cultural activities, from visiting museums to attending local theater performances. This exposure to the arts ignited a spark in young Daniela, fostering a deep-seated love for the world of performance and storytelling. Despite the relative comfort of her upbringing, Daniela was not shielded from the challenges of life. The post-war period in Italy was a time of rebuilding and adjustment, and like many families, the Bianchis had their share of struggles. However, these experiences only strengthened Daniela's resolve and shaped her into a determined and resilient individual. In this environment, Daniela developed a strong sense of self and a clear vision of her dreams. The combination of her father's disciplined approach to life and her mother's nurturing of her artistic talents created a unique foundation for her future. But first, she took a shortcut on her way to Hollywood, and it all started with a burning interest. From a young age, Daniela Bianchi was captivated by the allure of glamour and beauty. Growing up amidst the rich cultural backdrop of Rome, she developed a keen interest in modeling and beauty pageants. Encouraged by her mother, who had always recognized Daniela's potential, she began to explore these interests more seriously during her teenage years. Daniela's striking looks and graceful presence quickly set her apart. She entered local beauty contests where she dazzled judges and audiences alike with her charm and poise. Her natural talent for modeling became evident as she effortlessly commanded attention, whether she was walking a runway or posing for photographs. In 1960, Daniela's burgeoning career reached a significant milestone. She decided to enter the Miss Universe pageant, one of the most prestigious beauty contests in the world. Competing against contestants from various countries, Daniela stood out with her classic beauty and elegance. Her hard work and dedication paid off when she was awarded the first runner-up position. This achievement brought her international recognition and opened many doors in the world of fashion and entertainment. Winning first runner-up in the Miss Universe pageant was a turning point for Daniela. It not only validated her aspirations, but also provided her with a platform to further her career. The exposure she gained from the pageant attracted the attention of industry professionals, leading to numerous offers for modeling jobs and appearances. The glamour and excitement of the beauty contests had been thrilling, but Daniela felt a deeper calling. She was drawn to the world of film, where she could blend her love for performance with her innate ability to captivate an audience. With her newfound fame and the support of her family, Daniela decided to pursue her dreams in the film industry. Her early experiences in modeling and pageantry had given her the confidence and exposure she needed to take this next step. Little did she know that her journey would soon lead her to one of the most iconic roles in cinematic history, solidifying her place in the annals of Hollywood legend. Rise to fame. With the glow of her success in the Miss Universe pageant still fresh, Daniela Bianchi set her sights on a new ambition: Acting. Transitioning from modeling to the silver screen seemed like a natural progression. Her stunning looks and graceful presence had already captivated many, and now she aimed to bring that same allure to the world of film. Daniela's foray into acting was marked by determination and a willingness to learn. She enrolled in acting classes to hone her skills, understanding that beauty alone would not suffice in an industry that demanded talent and versatility. Her dedication paid off as she began to land small roles in Italian films. These early experiences were crucial in helping her understand the nuances of acting and the intricacies of the film industry. Daniela's first roles were modest, but they provided her with invaluable on-set experience and exposure. She appeared in several Italian films where she was often cast in roles that highlighted her beauty and elegance. While these parts did not offer much depth, they allowed her to develop her screen presence and gain confidence in front of the camera. One of her earliest notable roles was in the 1962 Italian film La Canaglia di Roma. While the film itself did not achieve significant international success, it showcased Daniela's potential and caught the attention of industry insiders. Her performances, though brief, were marked by a subtle charm and an undeniable screen magnetism. The breakthrough role. Daniela Bianchi's journey to international fame was marked by a defining moment that would etch her name in the stones of cinematic history. After a series of modest roles in Italian films, her big break came when she landed the role of Tatiana Romanova in the James Bond film From Russia with Love. This opportunity arose after a rigorous audition process, where Daniela's natural charm, striking beauty, and undeniable screen presence captivated the producers. Despite fierce competition from other talented actresses, Daniela's talent and charisma shone through, securing her the role that would change her life forever. Released in 1963, From Russia with Love was an immediate success, both critically and commercially. As Tatiana Romanova, Daniela brought a unique blend of vulnerability and strength to the character, capturing the hearts of audiences worldwide. Her portrayal of the Russian spy who falls for James Bond, played by the charismatic Sean Connery, was met with widespread acclaim. Critics praised her performance for its depth and authenticity, noting how she added a compelling dynamic to the film. Her ability to convey a wide range of emotions, from fear and intrigue to love and loyalty, made her character memorable and relatable. The chemistry between Daniela and Sean Connery was palpable, contributing significantly to the film's success. Their on-screen relationship was electric, drawing viewers into the story and making their interactions one of the highlights of the movie. Daniela's performance was a testament to her versatility as an actress, proving that she was much more than just a pretty face. She brought a sense of realism to her role that resonated with audiences, making her one of the standout stars of the film. The success of From Russia with Love catapulted Daniela Bianchi to international fame. The film became a cultural phenomenon, and Daniela's face was suddenly recognized around the globe. She became an overnight sensation, with her name on the lips of moviegoers and critics alike. The impact of her performance extended far beyond the silver screen. Daniela Bianchi became a fashion icon, her style influencing trends and inspiring countless fans. She graced the covers of magazines, appeared in numerous interviews, and was invited to high-profile events around the world. Despite her newfound fame, Daniela remained grounded. She used her platform to advocate for issues she cared about and maintained a level of privacy that was rare for someone in her position. Her status as a Bond girl also solidified her place in cinematic history, as the Bond franchise continued to grow in popularity and cultural significance. Daniela's performance in From Russia with Love was more than just a career milestone. It was the beginning of a new chapter that would define her legacy in the entertainment industry. In the years following the film's release, Daniela continued to work in both European and international films. However, none of these roles matched the impact of her performance as Tatiana Romanova. This defining moment in her career showcased her talent to the world and ensured that her name would be remembered as one of the iconic figures of 1960s cinema. The thrills of success. After her star-making turn as Tatiana Romanova in From Russia with Love, Daniela Bianchi found herself in high demand. The success of the Bond film opened numerous doors for her. and she quickly became one of the most sought-after actresses in the industry. She leveraged her newfound fame to secure roles in various European and international films, each project building on her growing reputation. One of her notable post-Bond films was Requiem per un agente segreto, 1966, where she played alongside Stuart Granger. This Italian-French-Spanish co-production showcased her versatility as an actress, allowing her to step away from the glamorous spy persona and explore a more nuanced character. The film, a spy thriller, benefited from her star power, drawing audiences eager to see her in a new light. She also starred in Operation Kid Brother, 1967, a spy comedy that cleverly played on her Bond girl fame. The film featured Neil Connery, the younger brother of Sean Connery, and was a tongue-in-cheek take on the spy genre. Though not a critical darling, it was a popular film that capitalized on the Bond craze of the era and added to her filmography with a light-hearted twist. Daniela continued to work steadily, appearing in films like Dirty Heroes, 1967, where she shared the screen with Frederick Stafford and John Ireland. This war film allowed her to diversify her roles further, proving her capability in genres beyond espionage and comedy. Her performances in these projects demonstrated her range as an actress, solidifying her status as a versatile and bankable star. The public and critical reception to Daniela's post-Bond career was generally positive. Audiences were eager to see more of her, and her films enjoyed commercial success, bolstered by her association with the James Bond franchise. Critics noted her ability to adapt to different roles, though some observed that she struggled to find parts as iconic as Tatiana Romanova. Nevertheless, her talent and charisma ensured that she remained a prominent figure in the film industry. Her European films, in particular, were well received, with critics appreciating her performances in more complex and varied roles. While not all of her films were critical hits, her star power often helped elevate the projects, making them memorable for her involvement. Daniela's dedication to her craft and her willingness to take on diverse characters earned her respect in the industry. The high price of fame. Beneath the glitz and glamour of Daniela Bianchi's public persona, her life was marked by a series of personal struggles that often went unnoticed by the public. While she dazzled on screen and captured the hearts of fans worldwide, the pressures of fame and the demands of the film industry took a significant toll on her well-being. Despite her rising star, Daniela faced numerous personal challenges that were compounded by her fame. The transition from a relatively private life to the intense scrutiny of the public eye was not seamless. As her profile grew, so did the expectations and pressures from both the film industry and her fans. Daniela found it increasingly difficult to maintain a sense of normalcy and personal privacy. The constant media attention, while beneficial for her career, also intruded into her personal life. The paparazzi were relentless, following her every move and sensationalizing her relationships and personal affairs. The incessant speculation and gossip took a psychological toll, leading to periods of anxiety and stress. Daniela struggled with the disparity between her public image and her private reality, often feeling trapped by the persona that the media had crafted for her. Furthermore, the pressure to live up to the glamorous and sophisticated image projected by her roles created its own set of challenges. The expectation to continuously embody elegance and poise in every public appearance often clashed with her own personal insecurities and struggles. Maintaining this facade was exhausting, and there were times when Daniela felt overwhelmed by the need to meet these external standards. But none of these challenges compared to the film industry's demands. This was the most significant source of stress for Daniela. While she enjoyed considerable success, the competitive nature of the industry meant that she was constantly under pressure to secure new roles and maintain her star status. There was always a new wave of emerging talent, and staying relevant required not only talent but also a high level of personal and professional endurance. The industry's focus on youth and beauty added another layer of pressure. As an actress who had initially gained fame for her youthful allure, Daniela faced the harsh reality of an industry that often prioritized fresh faces. This created a sense of urgency in her career, with an underlying fear of becoming obsolete. The pressure to continually reinvent herself and stay in the public eye was daunting, and contributed to her stress. Public expectations also played a significant role in her struggles. Fans and critics alike had high standards for her performances and personal life. Daniela was frequently judged not just on her acting abilities but also on her personal choices and appearance. This scrutiny could be both invasive and demoralizing, as any deviation from the expected image was often met with harsh criticism. In addition to these pressures, Daniela experienced difficulties in her personal relationships, often exacerbated by her fame. Romantic relationships and friendships were tested by the constant interference of the media and the demands of her career. Balancing personal life with a high-profile career proved challenging, leading to periods of isolation and emotional strain. The gradual decline. As the 1960s progressed, Daniela Bianchi's career began to face challenges that would lead to a gradual decline in her stardom. The once celebrated Bond girl found it increasingly difficult to secure prominent roles. The film industry, always in flux, began to shift its focus, and the glamorous spy roles that had brought her fame were becoming less central to popular cinema. Several factors contributed to her fading stardom. The emergence of new trends in film, including the rise of more method-driven acting styles and a new wave of cinematic storytelling, shifted the industry's focus. The classic glamour associated with figures like Daniela was being replaced by more raw and gritty portrayals. Additionally, the growing interest in American cinema and international stars began to overshadow European actresses, reducing the number of opportunities available to her. As a result, Daniela's roles became less frequent and less significant. Films that she did appear in often failed to capture the public's imagination as her earlier works had. Despite her talent and past success, she struggled to find roles that matched the impact of her performance in From Russia with Love. This period marked a significant shift from her previous high-profile career, and the transition was difficult for her both professionally and personally. The dark era of her life. As a result of her rapid decline in the industry, Daniela made the decision to retire from acting. Little did she know, that would be the beginning of even more chaos in her life. After Daniela Bianchi stepped away from the spotlight, her life took a troubling turn, plunging her into a dark period marked by significant personal struggles. The transition from a glamorous public career to a more private existence proved to be more challenging than she could have anticipated, leaving her grappling with a range of emotional and psychological issues. The shift from fame to obscurity left Daniela feeling profoundly isolated. Once celebrated as a Bond girl and a prominent actress, the loss of her public identity led to deep feelings of sadness and a sense of purposelessness. The contrast between her previous high-profile life and her quieter post-retirement existence was stark, and she struggled to find meaning and satisfaction in her new reality. As her depression worsened, Daniela began to rely on alcohol and prescription medications as a form of self-medication. The substances, initially used to numb her emotional pain, soon became a crutch. Her dependency on these substances only exacerbated her mental health issues, creating a vicious cycle of substance abuse and increasing isolation. Friends and family noticed her declining state, and it became evident that her struggles were more than just passing difficulties. Several specific incidents during this time highlighted the severity of her personal issues. At a local cafe in Rome, Daniela had a public outburst following a heated argument with a journalist. Her reaction was described as erratic, a sharp departure from the composed image she had once maintained. This incident was not an isolated case, but rather a reflection of her internal turmoil and mounting stress. Her public appearances became increasingly erratic. At a charity gala in the early 1970s, Daniela arrived visibly intoxicated, causing a scene that led to her being escorted out by security. This public display of instability embarrassed her and contributed to a growing perception of erratic behavior. In addition to these outbursts, Daniela engaged in self-destructive actions. She was involved in a car accident attributed to impaired driving, which resulted in injuries requiring medical attention. This accident, while not fatal, underscored her struggle with substance abuse and poor decision-making. Her personal relationships also suffered during this time. Daniela became increasingly reclusive, often canceling plans and avoiding contact with family and friends. The strain on her relationships was palpable as her loved ones struggled to reach out to her amid her erratic behavior and emotional withdrawal. Attempt at a new purpose. After stepping away from the Hollywood scene, Daniela Bianchi faced the formidable challenge of finding a new purpose and direction in life. Her departure from the film industry marked the end of a chapter that had defined her for years, and adjusting to a life outside the public eye was not easy. In the years following her retirement, Daniela made various attempts to establish a new path. She tried her hand at several different ventures, including occasional appearances in local theater productions and involvement in charity work. Despite her efforts, she struggled to find the same level of fulfillment and recognition that she had enjoyed during her acting career. These pursuits, while meaningful, did not quite capture the public's attention or provide the sense of purpose she sought. Daniela also explored opportunities in the fashion industry, leveraging her background as a model. She took on some fashion-related projects and worked with designers, but these efforts did not garner significant success. Her attempts to reinvent herself in this realm were met with mixed results, and she often found herself overshadowed by younger, emerging talents in the industry. As Daniela Bianchi transitioned into life away from Hollywood, her public perception shifted. The media, which had once celebrated her as a glamorous Bond girl and a rising star, now viewed her through a different lens. The transition from a celebrated actress to a more private individual led to a change in how she was portrayed in the media. In her later years, Daniela was often seen as a former star whose fame had faded. The media coverage of her post-Hollywood life was sparse and occasionally tinged with a sense of nostalgia for her earlier success. Articles and reports about her post-retirement activities were less frequent and often focused on her attempts to adapt to a new lifestyle. This shift in coverage reflected a broader trend where former celebrities, once in the limelight, are often relegated to the periphery of public attention. Despite the changing public perception, Daniela retained a degree of public interest. Fans and former colleagues remembered her fondly for her role in From Russia with Love, and there was occasional media coverage that celebrated her contributions to cinema. However, the focus was often on her past achievements rather than her present endeavors.